Hey guys, Tatey here with my friend who once cosplayed as Sailor Moon, Gary. We all have a phone, apparently. In our day and age, it is necessary, leading us towards another form of consumption. Taking a look through our phones, we noticed a lot of simple games purely there to fill up time we spend waiting. If you haven't heard of the company Ketchapp, they are a formerly French-based game development group now owned by Ubisoft, known for their simple yet successful apps for both iOS and Android. They release rather consistent and polished versions of games that already exist. I respect them as a brand and thought that they would be interesting to talk about because of how simple games have made them very large sums of money. I'm not the first and won't be the last to accuse them of having very few original ideas, but some people may defend this statement. But I mean, take a look into their more popular brands and you'll notice a trend of familiarity. Let's take a look into Stack, clearly their most popular game, but why? Well, my predictions of its success are purely from a marketing standpoint. It has 10 to 50 million downloads on the Play Store, and with the review count on the App Store, I'm going to assume that the number is similar. The game itself is part of the freemium gaming platform, where in-app purchases for lack of advertisement is what is earning them money. Otherwise, the advertisements themselves are earning smaller amounts. When put among 1 million people, the earnings are going to be huge, let alone with 10 million players that are using the app. So a large amount of money for a very simple idea. Rumor has it that Ketchapp themselves actually steal developer submissions. This means that they are pitched ideas from smaller groups or individuals, and after declining the idea, they make the game and publish it themselves. There is unfortunately no way to prove this, so benefit of the doubt, I'm going to say that they are perfectly okay. However, to bring up a rather touchy and controversial topic, I'm going to reference something that in bird culture we call a dick move. The game 2048 was released on the App Store in 2014, becoming one of the biggest games of that year. The game was a variation of the popular browser-based game known as Threes. Variation of course being used lightly because the game was almost exactly the same. The entire mobile market, however, is full of clone games, so really, why is it bad to have a larger company do this? Understandably, the reason why Ketchapp is so big is through their ability to perfect a polished look and a feel towards someone else's idea. I don't see a problem with this from a consumer standpoint. I do, however, see it as problematic from a developer's perspective. Throwing apps into the market is very hard to accomplish. I know, I've tried this several times to create something successful using very similar basic ideas. Knowing its difficulty, I can conclude that using a company like Ketchapp to publish an idea is a perfectly viable way of doing it, but with the claim of stolen ideas, I personally am never going to do it. A large portion of my audience are game developers, so if you are watching this, there are many companies that rely on stolen ideas, and if you are humble, it is very hard to have this happen to you, so be wary. All that information in mind, we still need to take a look into how they are successful. Word of mouth is very important in their case, but starting off is hard. Literally the only reason people look towards Ketchapp is because of the games that they already know. When people use these apps, the vast majority are not looking for dedication towards a game, they are looking for a time filler. Therefore, they will find something that has no learning curve, and often when we want to achieve this, we will look towards things we know. This makes the decision easier. Games you played growing up as a kid are great examples. Tic-tac-toe, or snakes and ladders, or even chess are great for attracting an already established audience. Coupled with this knowledge, Ketchapp are able to take on popular trends of the internet. They created a bottle flip game, a pen pineapple pen game, and the infamous fidget spinner game. The initial attractions as they become bigger and bigger are easier to deal with since they've already established a community. Now all they need to do is maintain concentration by keeping consistent and trending games coming out. So how as a mobile developer can you become like this, or how can you learn from this? Well, let's take a page out of Ketchapp's book and remake popular ideas to a high standard. The actual games are not the struggle here. It is the consistency that they are published. In your case, if one app fails, you make another one. If the app is successful, you should also make another one. With so much content for consumers to browse, you need to widen your chances of having a lot of content available. Not only must you have a lot of content, but it also must be of a large variety, targeting audience of all shapes and sizes. Do not spend thousands of hours working on a single idea just to have it struggle for attention in its release. The audience must be established in order to create this higher end content. Establishing an audience is the best form of marketing that you can ever use. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you learned something. If you are a game developer and want to join some other game developers, head over to our Discord channel. Link should be in the description below. If you have any thoughts on today's topic, leave a comment behind and I'll be sure to take your opinions or facts into consideration for other videos. Otherwise, keep making some awesome stuff.